7th last year at 149 pounds at the NCAA championships. All-American. Brandon Sorensen, of course, in the finals last year, losing to Zane Rutherford from Penn State. Sorensen second. 2 All-Americans from last year at 149 pounds. The #1 and #2 seeds for the Midlands in the finals.
You know, a lot of ways, you know, I look at the first half of the year, and, you know, this is kind of the culmination of the first, you could almost call it the beginning of the back half of the year with the Midlands Championships. But, you know, you got those guys that were returning All-Americans. They had hot tournaments. They fell into the right bracket or whatever that happens. And you're looking at you know, whether they can continue that pace. And some of these guys become inspiration for others who are trying to become All-Americans, to get themselves on the podium. And, you know, they take a few losses at the beginning of the year. You know, they take a few knocks. But, you know, Oliver has been pretty solid and pretty consistent. He looks like he's got the ability to go ahead and get back on that podium again. Brandon Sorensen has been the model of consistency. I think that if he would he'd probably tell you this himself, but he'd like to score earlier in matches. You know, he's got the skill set. His matches all seem to go the same way. He wears the guy down. He's able to go ahead and score more points in the third period than he does in the first period, but he's got good enough technique to be able to score early in matches too.
These two have not met. 2 All-Americans from last year, different paths to the podium. Sorensen out of Cedar Falls, Iowa, wrestled for Denver High School, helped Denver to 4 state championships. Brandon Sorensen himself a 4-time Iowa High School state champion. Justin Oliver out of Davison, Michigan.
Yeah, this is the type of activity I think that he needs to kind of create more of, because not very many people get in on him. If I'm talking about Sorensen from Iowa. Oliver is a strong young man. He has some physical tools.
He's good on top too, and so it's going to be to his advantage in one sense, as you talked about, if it goes 0-0 in the first period.
Yeah, and I think that's the, you're looking for, at least I try to look for, who are the guys that are scoring in the first couple minutes of matches? Because it gives me one thing, you've got explosiveness and some talent, and you really have your mind working as what's available out there.
30 seconds left. We're at 149 pounds in the Midlands Championships. Iowa's already won an individual championship. Thomas Gilman won at 125. Eric Montoya, the Nebraska Husker, another Big Ten winner at 133 pounds. And at 141 pounds, Kevin Jack from North Carolina State gets himself a Midlands Championship. It's 0-0 at the end of the first period right here. And we're going to go to Shane, who has the winner at 141 pounds, Kevin Jack.
All right, TJ, Kevin, impressive run. You look at the timing of this. Finally completing finals, the holidays, approach to a tough day.
Mentally, I mean, we've been planning for this for the past month or 2. We know finals are coming, so, I mean, we all get prepared for them. Our practices, they set it up so we have plenty of time to work on our finals and then get in the room also. And then going home from Christmas, it's all about just discipline and being mentally in there the whole time, because we're home for about a week, so your weight can blow up and then you come here and don't do anything. So pretty much during the holidays, you just got to be like disciplined and ready to go. And then we came here a couple days early, got a couple practices and get just back in shape and back ready to go.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kevin Jack of North Carolina State, Midlands champion at 141 pounds.
Jim, as a former coach at Iowa State and bringing your guys to the Midlands and being at holiday tournaments, I'll bet you like that interview, because he talked about if you're going to wrestle at the holidays, you have to have discipline when you're home.
Well, either have the discipline or don't come, right? Because you're going to find out right in the middle of the first period with the competition, as we said in the open, there's guys out here to make a name for themselves, right? They want to knock off All-Americans, national champions. That's what they came here for, and if they can get a little edge by that preparation over the holidays, that's what they'll do.
You know, it seems like Pat Popolizio certainly had that thought in the minds of his wrestlers, because it couldn't have been said better.
Yeah, it really, you know, when you're coaching, the one thing that happens is that it's nice to see your guys taking the company line. You know, what you've been telling them is probably, that's what Pat's probably been telling them, and then put a microphone or a notebook in front of somebody and try to get a quote, and they come up exactly probably what the coach would have said.
Justin Oliver here has a strategy working for him. It was 0-0 in the first period, 1 escape in the second period. It's 1-0 lead for Oliver from Central Michigan over the Midlands champion from last year, Brandon Sorensen, who is also national runner-up in the NCAAs for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
You see those periods where Sorensen really kind of picks the pace up and goes in and out. I mean, that's what he needs to do, I think, in the beginning parts of matches, or else he's going to let guys hang around with him. And that's exactly what's happened as we head into the third period.
Heading into the third period, there's a good look at Brandon Sorensen and Justin Oliver, the Central Michigan assistant coaches in the corner. Of course, the head coach, who's not sitting in the corner, Tom Borelli, does a tremendous job, has for several years at Central Michigan. Tom Brands, the Hall of Famer from Iowa. Ryan Morningstar, his assistant, sitting beside him in the Iowa corner. Now, as I talked, like I said, Justin Oliver, good on top. Of course, this is Brandon Sorensen. This will be a good test.
Yeah, and you just see the strength of Oliver. Now he's trying to work off. And that's one of those situations where the mat, having the edge right there, you kind of walked away or you went in the wrong direction, that the wrestling should have taken you. If you could have stayed on top, you kind of went the other direction. Sometimes guys see that edge, and it's just too tempting to just kind of pull or push, and they lose their position right there. And that's kind of what happened there with Oliver. I think if he would have went the natural direction he would have went if they were in the middle of the mat, he would have been better off. Maybe he stayed in the top position. As a result, he gave up the escape anyway. But this is what Sorensen, his matches have kind of ground down to here, is trying to score big points in the third period. And he has been successful. He won the last 2 matches, the semis and the quarters, by major decision. But to your point, it were late points scoring. Yeah. Oliver got a pin in the semifinals, a pin in the quarterfinals, and he has not had a close match yet in this championships at the Midlands. And we have a close one right now, 1-1, 2 escapes. There were no takedowns so far. 35 seconds left in regulation. If it stays this way, we'll go to sudden victory for the second time in these championships. Yeah, conditioning hasn't been an issue here with this one with 30 seconds left in the third. Oliver is not giving up position. Now he's even forcing his underhook, and Sorensen is just not seeing his shot. He's trying to move the head a little bit. A lot of opportunity from a seeding standpoint for Oliver right here in the MAC and here at the Midlands. It would be a big win for him because they won't see each other before the NCAAs. Put himself in position. We'll go to sudden victory, put a minute on the clock. You see a 3-ring circus here. There's third place matches, there's fifth place matches going on at the same time here at the Midlands Championships. We're in the finals at 149 pounds and we're in overtime. It's 1-1 in regulation. Wow. Shot right there. Nice good job by Sorensen. Yeah, good hip action. So tough to score on him. And now he's getting a little more active. Both guys hitting their shots. Great action. Oliver peeling off with some double underhooks. Couple shots each, fended off by the other opponent, and so far, no penetration. 30 seconds left in sudden victory. Yeah, I don't think any of the two are tired at all. There's a shot down low. Boy, Oliver is just a strong young man. Nice job. Far arm. Near arm, far leg. Near arm, far leg. And keep him down there. He can get a pin. The win is Sorensen's. Can he get a pin? No. 4 points. That's a 6-point move in overtime for Sorensen from Iowa. Well, that's the activity level that you like to see out of a guy. When the match is active like that, he gets to a shot. And we'll take a couple looks at that last shot.